Hi Pisces, I hope you guys are doing great today. Welcome to your general messages for the 22nd to the 31st, taking it to the end of March. Let's get right into things. We're going to be doing relationship. I'm going to do a Celtic Cross spread for you and then an energy that you're dealing with. And then we'll pull a separate spread for money, career, whatever's going on in the finance sector. I'll timestamp that one for you guys, okay? So let's get right into this. So this is for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and let's say 7th house also. If you know your 7th, your placements, we got soulmate energy is the first card up. Very nice. Nice. Okay. Let's see what we have from the wisdom of the oracle. Remember, guys, these are general messages. Don't try to make them fit if they don't fit. Maybe we get to next time, okay? Mending. We have soulmate and we have mending. Oh, Pisces. This is nice. Okay. Let's see what the story is here. It's time to release negativity. Full moon in Scorpio. Pisces, Scorpio rules sex. Okay. Full moon in Scorpio. Speaking of the full moon, right? We have a full moon in Libra at the end of the month, March 28th. And that's going to be happening in your 8th house, which is where we show what the 8th house is Scorpio. That's why I'm mentioning that. Because we're having the full moon in Libra, but we're having it in for you, Pisces. You're having it in the house of Scorpio. So that's why I feel like this is like, I'm really jiving with this for you. This is really nice. So anyway, the 8th house is where we show up as we. So it has to do with intimacy. It has to do with like sharing money, what matters to you, what matters to them, sharing of selves, right? Again, how you show up as a we in relationship. So it's time to release any negativity, time to heal, time to, get into that soulmate vibe here. Okay, very nice. All right, so let's pull your Celtic Cross spread first. 3 of Cups, we'll take it. 3 of Cups, maybe just, doing a little bit of healing right now. 3 is the number of creation, right? So maybe just having a circle of support right now. You, them, friends, family, whatever it is right now. If you guys are not together, if you're together, you're just sort of just hanging out. Maybe you're make sure you're not partying too much if that's what you're doing there. We have the 6 of Swords. We have the 3 of Swords, Judgment. The Ace of Wands in reverse. Okay. Ace of Swords in reverse. What's going on here? Got some reversals. Reversals aren't always bad. We have to look at the messages, right? Okay. So we have the Ace of Wands coming into this energy in reverse. And this is about rejection, false start, delays. You guys may be in a sort of situation where there are cycles. Where you're together, you're not together, you're together, not together. And that gets very frustrating and exhausting after a while, right? So I am feeling, though, that there was some sort of false start where there was some kind of rejection had. Either they rejected you, you rejected them, whatever the case was. Okay, and then we have, working with this 3 of Cups energy, we do have the 6 of Swords energy. So the 6 of Swords is always about moving away from something, right? Then that ends up allowing some space to do some internal work. So you guys may not even be in contact right now, and it seems like it's a good, like, you're taking your space, you're hanging with your friends or your family, maybe they're doing that, whatever it is, you're just spending some time on your own doing some sort of internal work, because either you or they recognize that there was something toxic going on within this connection, and it wasn't working, right? It wasn't working. So we have this 3 of Swords energy as the crowning, and this is about heartbreak and the pain of a truth, feeling like there was betrayal here. And maybe even somebody feeling very depressed about it. But the clouds of doubt kind of lift in this energy, and confusion is gone at least. And then you're in a position where you can at least deal with stuff, right? And just move on. Begin to do some healing. So they could be feeling it. You could be feeling it. Both of you could be feeling it, right? At the same time. And then we have Judgment. So we have Judgment as the foundation energy, and this is about assessing the situation and it's shifting into a new phase. So there may be a need for reconciliation here if you guys think the relationship is worth it, if you want to. Nobody says you have to. You don't have to, but this really is about letting go of the past and making a decision about the past, and really experiencing a kind of spiritual awakening, right? And just making this decision to say, okay, what happened there, right? Now, this is a Pluto energy. And like I said before, the full moon in Libra is happening in the 8th house, and Pluto rules the 8th house. So just something to keep in mind here. There's a lot of this transformative energy going on here. Now we have the moon reverse. We like the moon reverse better. This is you right now. You have a lot of clarity. You're seeing things for what they are. You may even be getting messages in your dreams through your intuition, through someone else's intuition. Some sort of clarity is coming to you, though. Could even be through a good friend, where your friend says something and you're like, oh my gosh, that's, that's it, or anything like that. But there's clarity, which is nice. Now we have the King of Swords. This is the energy that's external to you, that's impacting you. Now, this could be the person that you're dealing with, right, if it's a person, or this could just be the general energetic influence surrounding you. If it's general energetic influence, you're just very focused on your mind rather than your heart, just so that you could take charge of circumstances, because you guys know that you're a watery fish and you're very sensitive, and you know that, and you don't want to get hurt. You just don't want to get hurt. Now, if this is a person, this is somebody who, you might be dealing with somebody who is being very, very logical, right? Outwardly calm, using very sound logic, but what's kind of healthy here is they may be very logical, and through their logic lends clarity to you, where they could just be, look, this is my understanding of what went on. And you being like, oh, all right. It's easier to understand things when maybe, there isn't like being entrenched in like a lot of like upheaval or argument, But let's see what your challenge is here. We have the Ace. Now, this is a psychological challenge. So the challenge here is the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. So right now, Pisces, for some reason, you might be stressed about money. You might be. You might be very stressed about any sort of new connection, right? You could be worried that the person that you are dealing with, maybe they're greedy. Or maybe you think that they think you're greedy and you don't like that. But it's this kind of idea, with the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. So this is a psychological challenge for you right now, Now we have in the near future the Ace of Swords reverse. This is about stress and mental blocks, and not having really good judgment, and there could be an element of dishonesty whenever we have swords reverse. So whether you're not being totally honest or they're not being totally honest, but there needs to be honesty. There needs to be honesty here. It needs to be. And we have the Three of Pentacles, which is a very nice final outcome energy. It really is. This is about collaborating together, right? You guys working together, getting a home together, doing work on the relationship together, just doing things together, right? Very, very nice energy. But this Ace of Swords, I want to just pull some clarification on that. We have the Empress, Knight of Swords. So I don't know, Pisces. I mean, like, are they concerned about money? Maybe because, you guys have, like, maybe your partner has kids, or they have kids, and they're very concerned about the finances regarding them. Could be. But the Empress energy is all about virility, so it's all about growing, being able to grow. I don't know. And sexual dysfunction might be playing a role here somewhere as well, which can end up being uncomfortable, I think, for somebody to address or talk about. I mean, understandable, but it's not a big deal, really. Okay, I mean, there's so much help out there, but that's the Empress energy here, because we're clarifying this Ace of Swords. So we have the Knight of Swords, right? And the Knight of Swords is kind of a roller coaster, unpredictable energy, expect the unexpected kind of thing. And the thing is with this energy, it's like they're very determined, right? They're very determined about what they want in a relationship, but they could either get bored or shaken up quite easily, having to do with the relationship, and then they just create a lot of drama. They don't take any responsibility. They're like, I can't do this or whatever. And then they take no responsibility for either apologizing or reconciling. So this could end up being an issue, because it does look like you want to grow with this person. I feel like there is an energy that if somebody came along and said, Pisces, what would your wish be between you and this person? You would wish for it to work out, but not given the set of circumstances that are sort of floating around the energy. So either there's got to be this acceptance that this is just the way the person is, or there needs to be some deeper understanding about why what's going on is going on, if that makes sense. Yeah, we have the Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands is just the card of overwhelm. I mean, it really is. It's like something becomes too overwhelming and it's like, I can't do it. I can't do it. And then we have the Four of Cups. So here, look, I feel like you're going to get to a point where you would like something to work, but you're not sure if it can. You're going to feel very, very overwhelmed by just simply the idea of it. We have the Four of Cups, though. This is an energy of like restlessness, right? Restlessness and feeling very disillusioned and, you know, being in that energy of like, can it just work out? Why does it have to be so hard? But what you may need to do is to look a little deeper at yourself. I'm not saying that it's your fault at all. I'm not saying that. But the Four of Cups really is about needing to heal a past unhealed issue, you know, within yourself, within the relationship maybe. And having that beautiful conversation. Queen of Cups is a great energy to have it in. Gemini and Cancer. Gemini is communication. Cancer is about what do you need to feel grounded, rooted, safe, and secure. And having that conversation, having very high emotional intelligence, not being afraid of intimacy, right? Recognizing and embracing what it takes to actually have that deep, deep level of intimacy and not being scared. So there's got to be like, everybody's got to be willing, ready, and able to be like that little scared pink thing inside of us. We all have that space inside of us, and it's a scary thing, but it does look like it's energetically, the temperature looks very good for there to be some really good mending, right? Connecting with this soul partner here and just releasing any negativity, because it does look like a lot of the negativity is based on either misunderstandings, past issues, past things, nothing that is really, should really be brought into the energy now, if that makes sense. I don't know. I mean, that's really what I'm feeling here. So let's see what's going on with them. Where are they at? Having to do with Pisces energy. Subjective read. Nine of Swords. Oh, got the World. Okay. Pisces. I don't mean to laugh, but it's like we have the Eight of Wands and then the Justice. It's like them coming in and calling you up and you being like, you're not fair. Like, you don't treat me fairly. I don't like how you make me feel, kind of thing. That's like what just jumped out at me. I'm sorry. And I'm not laughing at you. It's just funny because I just had this image of just like, no, you know, you're not fair. We have the Death energy. This is the past coming into this for them. So this was either them ending it or saying, I need a break. That's it. I can't do it. Right. But this is the kind of thing where whatever was going on up to that point, it could not continue. If you guys were ever going to make it like in the long run, it was sort of like this building up of unhealthy, either misunderstandings, inconsistencies, a lack of honesty on whoever's side. It doesn't even matter. It was just like not a healthy thing. So either it had to end or it needed some breathing room, right? If you guys were ever going to find your legs later on. So what's going on with them right now? So we have the Nine of Swords. So the Nine of Swords is 3 a.m. card. I always call this, right? They may be feeling depressed, having some anxiety, trouble sleeping, intrusive thoughts, but then it's like they're not responding well to the external stress of the situation because their way out of the situation is not clear. They don't know how to fix something. Even though they fully see, they don't know how to fix something, but they fully see what really has gone on here. I mean, there's no question with the World. The World's the most powerful card in the deck. It just is, you know. I mean, this is completion, lesson learned, you know. And when it comes to relationship, it's about happiness, fulfilling, loving, really nice, just achieving a certain either realization, mindset, being just in a really good space within themselves. But we have the crowning energy. We have the Three of Swords. It's for them too. I mean, so this is really about you guys hurting each other. You guys hurt each other. And I know you might be sitting there going, oh, what are you kidding? They were the one who did A, B, and C. And that may be true, but it doesn't mean that they're not hurting over it. And I know you don't care about that, but this is the pain of a truth, right? And this is feeling betrayed and not being happy about it, but not feeling so confused about it anymore. So it seems like whatever break has gone on was good to give a little bit of breathing room for there to be a little clarity, right? Because that's what needs to happen here. The pain of something has to heal a little bit. There needs to be some breathing room for there to be, anything healthy or positive to come in the future. Now, we have the Queen of Wands. This is the foundation energy, and this is really about them stepping into their power, really wanting to communicate with you, right? I mean, they're very self-aware. This is the thing. They're very, very self-aware of the right things in the relationship right now. And I think it has a lot to do with this dynamic between this Nine of Swords and the World. This was not an easy lesson for them to recognize at all. There was a lot of it's like the kind of thing where you have to be pushed to like beyond the bottom, and the only place you could go is up until you're like, oh, wow, okay, now I see why that happened. And that could be what's gone on here. So here's the Eight of Wands, which is very positive. And this is like great news about love, especially if you guys have been separated. It's like that phone call coming in, right? Come on, let's get together. And it's like, it's a fast energy. The wands are fast, and it's a strong foundation energy too. So that's kind of where their head is at, I feel like. Now, the energy that's external to them, that's surrounding them, now this could be you or just a general energetic influence. And I laugh because if it is you, this is you coming and saying, I don't like how you made me feel, right? My emotional needs are not being met in this relationship. Or they may be saying that to you, but quite frankly, because you both got the Three of Swords, you may be saying this to each other. Right, Justice is Libra. Libra is about that 7th house of partnerships and about the scales. And it's about checking the temperature of how everybody felt in the relationship and why everybody felt that way, right? Now, what is their challenge? Their challenge is the Two of Cups energy. So, Two of Cups, it's, harmony returning to a situation, right? Being able to nurture the relationship, very mutually supportive energy. And right now, this is a block for them because they're not sure how to do it. They're just not sure. They're not sure if it's possible. They're not feeling very confident about things, but it's not because they don't care about you. Now, we have the Nine of Cups. In the future, wish fulfillment, really beautiful. Happiness, manifesting, feeling more connected to the heart space, and growing, lots of growth here, right? Because this is a Jupiter and Pisces energy. So it's just old tensions dissolving into waters of the past, that kind of thing. Now we have Neptune, your ruler, as the final outcome energy. So listen, with the Hangman, things could be a little foggy, like just this lack of clarity. Now, for some of you, you may be in the space where either you or them, because this really can be vice versa, right? The Hangman energy. Either they're waiting for you or you're waiting for them to acknowledge that either you or they feel the same way, that you guys feel the same way about each other. Because if you don't feel the same way about each other, there's going to be one of you or both of you are just going to be like, what the hell are we doing here? It's a waste of time. And do you want to be in something where you feel like you're going to end up having to compromise what it is that you really want, where you have to martyr yourself in order to make the relationship work, or they may be feeling that, where they may be feeling like they have to martyr themselves. So it really is this need to have this meeting of the minds, which is very important. And they may be feeling a little confused about it because we did have that final outcome for you. I don't know if you're being totally honest with them. And maybe it's because you don't know what to trust. You're just not sure. But meanwhile, it's almost like this wait and see and just not being totally sure, just not be sure, So that's interesting. Trying to get a different perspective, though, and just not wanting to deal with They don't want to deal with any selfish behaviors. They don't want to deal with any of that. So we have the Six of Swords, Two of Coins, Six of Coins, the Knight of Wands, and more, and the Five of Wands. I mean, look, it does seem like there's going to be a lot of conversation. It does feel like there's going to be some cyclical stuff. And then we have the Six of Swords, which is about moving away. And we have the Two of Coins, having two options, like what should I do here, right? Regarding more than one path. So you can feel a sense of lack in the connection, and you need to decide, you know, what is it that you ultimately want to do. Then we have the Six of Coins here. The Six of Coins is about, you know, being connected. I have your back, you have mine, really kind of being there for each other, offering support. And that's being clarified by the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands energy is really about, again, firing up the energy here, you know, things speeding up, blocks being lifted, decisions, you know, finally coming, you know, to a head, having to do with the relationship. And they're having this huge argument. But I feel like you guys could have the argument before this. I'm not mad at this card. The Five of Wands is almost a silly energy. It's a minor arcana. It's not a big deal. But it's an argument where there's not a lack of agreement, strong opinions. Everybody's like yelling to be heard, you know, kind of thing. And then we have the Four of Cups, right? We talked about the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups is like, I feel very disillusioned here. I don't think anything's ever going to be this. Everything's always just going to be like this, that nothing's going to change. You are not going to change. Them saying this to you, you saying it to them. Everybody's just kind of like, oh, okay, this is what we need now. Yeah, because the bottom line here is there's got to be a lot of honesty here about where you need to work on yourself in relationship, where they need to work on themselves in relationship. No one's perfect. So if you think you're perfect, you might need to look at that, because everybody's got an area of vulnerability, an area of something, right? Something. We all have something, right? So at the Four of Cups, though, it's like time to be honest with that and really look at that stuff and just address the stuff from the past, you know, once and for all. So you could have the Fool energy. The Fool energy is Uranus. It's all about the future. And I like this because this is a new approach, doing things differently, going with the flow and just letting things heal, letting go of the negativity and mending. Okay. That's what we have for a relationship, my friends. I hope this was helpful in some way. Now we're going to go on to career/money, whatever sort of situation is going on in that realm for you. Let's see what we have going on. 11th house, goals, we like that. Leo, very good. Being creative. Oh, we have some Neptune here. So there might be a little confusion about where it is that you're going, right? Because the 11th house is goals and gains. Now, this works opposite the 5th house, and Leo happens to be the landlord of the 5th house. So you might be having your own business, something having to do with your own thing, or something that you do that's very creative. But you, with the Neptune, this is your ruler, but with the Neptune, you may be doing something creative and very like super creative, right? Because Neptune's also very creative, because you're creative, Pisces, right? So it could be certainly that, where you're changing sort of, or you're honing in on your skills of being very creative approach to something even. This could indicate having either your own business, again, doing something like that. Or Neptune can show up as just kind of inciting some confusion for you regarding where it is that you're going and what it is that you really want to do. Because Leo's about like, what do you want to do? And 11th house is like, what's your 5-year plan? And Neptune's like, I have no idea. I'm really not sure. Like, you see it in your mind's eye, but you might be having a hard time crystallizing it in your 3D. We have sextile, opportunity, very nice. This is all about collaborating with somebody, very nice. So some sort of opportunity, synergizing in some way, some sort of good opportunity going on there. Opening doors, opportunity, collaborating, very nice. Awesome. Let's see what we have here. Fool. Oh, good. Yeah, nice. Excellent. New path, a new approach. For some of you, this could be just even a new approach in a current position that you're in, a new career altogether, some sort of new enterprise, anything like that. Just make sure you prioritize your responsibilities, right, to move ahead smoothly, right? And because Uranus rules the Fool energy, it could have something to do with technology. So we have the Queen of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles, the Lovers, the choices. We're going to have some choices and taking chances here. Okay, things moving quickly. Okay. Let's see what we have here. So the Wheel of Fortune in having to do with career, this is really good news coming in. But you just, again, this is another energy that's saying to prioritize what it is that you're doing. Just, you know, be careful, as you know, there's some sort of fated situation here that's going on. So you want to make sure that you are exercising integrity, right? Because just remember, this is Jupiter energy. Jupiter does a very intimate dance with fate, so karma rather. So again, we have the Fool energy, really good. Things just like moving along, new path, as I mentioned. We have the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, I like, this is a very, like, first of all, this is like taking charge of a situation, because queens are all about connecting. Now, if this is a person that you're dealing with, very reliable, supportive energy for sure, very generous energy, which is great. But I like this because it's like you're going to feel very connected. Queens are always about connection. So you're going to feel very connected to whatever it is that you're doing. This is really good financial management right now. This is an energy of growth as well, because this is a very fertile energy. So whatever you're doing on this new path, you're going to be able to grow in it, which is great. We have the Nine of Pentacles, nice for independent endeavors. This is about accomplishment and success, financial rewards. You're putting a lot of energy into some sort of effort, some sort of something, and it going really, really beautifully for you, because remember, 9 is the number of productivity. So I really like this. And we have the Lovers, which is about a choice. Now the thing here is, you may be in this space of needing to decide between two things. You want to make sure you look at each of these opportunities, each of these situations very carefully. You don't want to just take something because of the money. You want to really look long term, okay? And then we have, right now, you are the Knight of Cups. This is you right now. Be open to something that you really love to do. I mean, this is great. This is a proposal coming in. And this is a very emotional time for you as well, like having to do with your career. It's kind of emotional at the same time, for some reason. Now, the energy external to you, we got the Eight of Wands. This Eight of Wands came up in the relationship read as well. So Eight of Wands is really nice. Good news coming in. Lots of busy communication. This is great if you've been feeling held back or waiting for somebody to make a decision. That news coming in. Really good news coming in from outside, right? So finding out if you got the mortgage, that person's going to take that offer, you got the job, the lawsuit's being settled, whatever it is, right? Now, in the challenge, we have the Ace of Swords. So the Ace of Swords is kind of feeling, well, you may be feeling very stressed out right now, right? You're wondering, oh, this is so interesting to me, because it's like, you guys are very intuitive, right? You know that, because the veil is very thin in that 12th house, which is where you're the landlord of. So you might be vibing someone's dishonesty, and it's stressing you out, and you might have kind of like even like a mental block when it comes to this, where people might even be saying like, what's the matter with you? This is good, and you're like, I can't explain it. I'm just feeling something isn't right, you know, just feeling that. Now, we have in the near future, we have the Chariot energy. Now, that's a psychological card, which is just hold that thought for a second. So we have the Chariot energy here. So Chariot's like quick changes, right? Progress in business situation, really pushing forward, bringing something to fruition. It doesn't matter. This is a good energy. It's very exciting. It's positive, right? Really good stuff. You're going to have to work harder than you thought, but really good stuff. Now, final outcome energy here, we have the Seven of Swords. So this can be a dishonest energy. Somebody like running away from the responsibility. So you really need to kind of tune into those instincts, those fishing instincts, and have your wits about you to figure out the true dealio of the situation. You might have to play somebody at their own game to find out like what it is that you need to know about a situation. Ace of Cups. So very nice. We like that. Okay. 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 Yeah. Yeah, this is totally playing itself out. Yep. Yeah, I feel like you're going to be getting an offer and you're going to end up walking away from it, but you're going to end up okay. So we have like this new offer coming in, but something about it you just don't trust. It doesn't sit right with you. Now, your work might be fine. This could have to do with some other financial situation. Something doesn't feel right. And when we have the moon here, you know, look, like you're wondering if something is even worth it, right? Emotions running high, could be just even with colleagues. You might need to protect yourself from negativity, right? And you're just not sure if it's worth it. You're just not sure. So this new thing comes in, you're like, I don't know if it's worth it. Because there's somebody here that you don't trust. There's somebody here that you don't trust for sure. And we have the Eight of Pentacles, which is a nice energy, right? I mean, this really is about using a very logical and diligent approach, really, you know, focusing on responsibilities, being very, very diligent, okay? But at the end of the day, recognize we get the Five of Swords here. So there's this tension between what it is that you really want to do or how you want something to roll out and the reality of a situation. And there's this tension that's ongoing, this conflict that's ongoing. And this is the kind of thing where you can't mitigate somebody else's like either crazy or unfixable or whatever it is. So you're better off just sort of walking away with any disappointment or even any anger that you might be feeling, because you honestly, like you just can't fix them. You just can't fix them, right? Now, we have the Knight of Swords. So the Knight of Swords really is, again, this very, I'm going to say like unreliable energy. It's unpredictable, not unreliable, unpredictable, right? And it's just, they create drama. There doesn't need to be drama. It's like, you know, are we on? Are we in? Are we out? Like, what's going on? And just being highs and lows and sudden things coming out and sudden things being an issue, and just a very annoying energy to deal with for sure. Because they're not stable. There's something that's not stable about this person or the situation. The devil could mean addiction, but it's just any kind of imbalance going on here, right? So, you know, you could be dealing with some sort of like lousy contract where the offer initially seemed really good, but at the end of the day, it wasn't. It was not good for you. And, or if you are in some sort of work situation, something being really unsatisfying because you're dealing with a very domineering boss or some sort of toxic work environment, but like you're staying and you're entertaining it just because you need the money. But then the Hangman, yeah, I mean, you're going to be dealing with some confusion here for sure. You know, things might seem unclear right now. And if you're feeling unclear, don't sign anything. Don't sign any contracts, nothing like that, right? Because there might be more going on here than you even realize for the moment, right? So be very you intuitively vibe it, right? So just listen to your intuition. You might experience some delays, but you want to know that the Hangman is a Neptune energy. Neptune is very protected. It's a very protected energy. So it's almost like very serendipitous that something is like occurring to you and you're knowing and you're like, bye, this doesn't feel good. It smells funny to me and I don't like it. So yeah, sadness, but no regret at all. Being like, you know, bullet dodged on that one. And then we have Page of Swords, which is nice. This indicates a new, really useful information coming to light, and you then getting help from people to help further your ambitions. This could be a contract coming your way regarding a job or the sale of something or anything like that. Just another agreement. So like this didn't work out, but this is going to work out and it's going to end up being even a lot better for you. So I feel like that Neptune is certainly like this Hangman energy here, right? Yeah. Okay, my friends, that is what I have for you. I hope this was helpful in some way. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.